We're at Talking Stick Resort Arena in downtown Phoenix. Tonight, it's the Phoenix Suns taking on the Boston Celtics. We are underway. The Phoenix Suns begin the game with the basketball. To Booker. DeAndre Ayton. To Booker. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Tough shot. Well defended. Here's Irving into the front court. He'll run the offense. Kyrie Irving. Good start. He's made his first shot. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, chief among them staying healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, Ed, he's been battling injuries since his freshman year of college, but the beautiful thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big stage. Making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
A pass taken away by the Celtics.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know, just like I know, you're not getting back on D.
Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Kyrie Irving, 2 for 2. That's what magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion, and it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance, and in their mind they do, but in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Rebound pulled in by Hayward. Irving with the basketball. Leads 4. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
It's Phoenix ball. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. Sizing up the defense. Oh, a lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
So it took a little longer than Celtics fans would have liked, but Jay, they re-signed Marcus Smart. You look at what he brings. He's a modern-day defender with some throwback qualities as well.
He reminds me a lot of Dennis Johnson that used to play for those late Celtic teams. He's the guy that will get in your face, will pick you up full court. Even if you switch off and he's guarding a 4, he'll battle behind the 4, push him off the block. There's no doubt about it. The DNA of this team starts with Marcus Smart and also Marcus Morris. These are the 2 toughest players on the Celtics organization.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Booker. Great feed. From the painted area, won't go down. Irving into the front court. To Marcus Morris. Here comes the screen.
Screen.
Shot from the lane won't go. Into the front court. It's Booker. Looking to make something happen. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Swings it. Knocked loose. Great looking vision. Slams it down, and there was no stopping him that time.
He got through traffic with ease, but if you're going to fully collapse the defense, you're going to leave wide open three-point shooters.
Irving brings the ball up court. Nothing going here on that drive. Kyrie Irving looking good. 4 for 5.
So good to see one of Jersey's finest, Kyrie Irving, back on the court and driving with no issues on that knee. He only played 60 games last year, and he missed the entire Celtics postseason run. You can only imagine what this team would have done if he were healthy and they had Gordon Hayward.
Irving, his first effort, off the mark.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Irving. To Irving. Why even try that time?
I'm going to start calling him the windshield wiper, just erasing all the mistakes.
Flushes down the slam.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
Celtics have it. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Suns. Has a look. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one. Deep three at the buzzer. That's it for the first quarter. This game is all tied up. Tied up as we start the second. Jay, Celtics last year, they make the 7th game of the East Finals without Gordon Hayward, without Kyrie Irving. Brad Stevens now, it's a good challenge to have. He has a lot of players to incorporate.
And it's a great challenge for a genius coach like Brad Stevens. The biggest issue for the Celtics is that they cannot believe the hype, Ed. I've been a guy that stated I think they're going to win the whole thing next year, but they can't drink the Kool-Aid from the media. And I will say this, when you have guys on your team like Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward, I think they will push the younger guys to really help them exceed expectations. That's going to be key.
Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. A drive baseline, but the shot won't go.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
Crawford to Mikal Bridges. Beyond the arc for three. Can't connect. It's no good. Curling inside. Taken by the Suns. For three. Buries the three. He's too good to leave that open.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Kyrie Irving. With that, he's 5 for 9. If he keeps playing like this, we all may believe that the earth is
constantly probing. He's probing on the court by maintaining his dribble, and then also probing off the court with saying lines like the earth is flat. The fact that that was on the cover of every magazine, the headline of every social media title, goes to show you that Kyrie is great at hijacking your amygdala both on and off the court.
to Irving. To Rozier. 4-3. Defense all over Rozier. Can't connect. Lets it fly from long range. Smothering D. Across the timeline, it's Rozier. All tied up, 13 apiece. To Mikal Bridges. Here's a chance from long range. It's Irving with the rebound. To Rozier. Irving. It's good. Coach wants to see more from his D.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion. The backspin, it gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Suns control the possession. Crawford. To Mikal Bridges. From long range. No good. Irving the rebound. Rozier with it. Up by 3. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Terry Rozier at the line. First try, no good. Oh, he missed on a pair. Terrific vision. Fires the three. Offensive board. Aaron Baines pins it. Second block in this quarter.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Inside, he scores.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Had a chance, but it's no good.
Head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
Jay, fun fact for you. Of the charter franchises in the NBA, go back to that first season, 46-47. The Knicks and the...
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Here comes the screen. Irving. And the reward, he's going to the line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Oops, he missed the first one. Missed the second as well. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Off the mark. To Horford. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
To Irving. Swings it to Hay. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. That misses with 2 seconds to go. The quarter comes to an end. The Suns have the lead.
It's time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Suns will start the second half with a narrow lead. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible, and if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. These are the guys getting buckets for the Phoenix Suns. The Celtics aren't down by too much at the half. And even though they don't have the lead, they're doing a great job of moving the ball around. They might find themselves on the winning end of the scoreboard if they can keep it up. These are the guys getting buckets for the Boston Celtics.
Game trap. Steals.
Some very aggressive defense has allowed security will be the key in the upcoming half, especially for the weakest dribblers. You know who you are.
player of the half.
Ayton has been a defensive force in this matchup. If he's not stealing the ball, he's swatting it. And that combination has made for an incredible half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Jay, for once, Trader Danny was Danny Ainge. Celtics didn't do that much, but believe it or not, outside of Toronto, Eastern Conference didn't see much change either.
Yeah, they didn't need to do anything if you're the Boston Celtics. You already have all the pieces to the puzzle. Philadelphia wasn't able to land LeBron. LeBron James leaves Cleveland. He goes out to L.A. And Toronto, almost in a Hail Mary trade, ends up getting Kawhi Leonard. And who really knows if he wants to play there and be there emotionally for 1 year?
Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
You see, Ed, skill levels at this game are at an all-time high. Inside-out threats are tough. You got to make it hard for him to actually catch the ball in those higher percentage areas.
Hayward to Irving. Here comes the screen. There it is, Al Horford. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
Al Horford going to the line to shoot 2.
No, no, no. I'll tell you, the team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
Able to convert on both free throws.
Easy layup.
Suns with the basketball. Booker. Couple of cracks at the line now.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
Ryan Anderson at the line. One, count it. And gets both to drop at the line. Irving. To Rozier. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws.
And you see so many players quit on the play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Boston with the basketball. Irving. Booker with it. Lead is 2. That is great vision to set it up. Look out, Devin Booker. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
You know what really fascinates me about Devin Booker? Every time I see him, I almost feel like I'm watching a movie called Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Now, when I see him off the court, he's all smiles, laid back, chill demeanor, very low-key. But when I see him on the court, it's like he finds this different person. This assassin that wants to attack you and dominate you every single time he has the ball. Now, I got a chance to overhear a story of him and his coach at the time, Earl Watson, and he told his head coach, "I'm better than Jordan." Jordan's not better than Jordan, but that answer reflects his desire to be like Jordan and to be an NBA legend. And that's why he'll always succeed.
Here comes the screen. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
Gordon Hayward at the line. Nope, first one does not go. Oh, he missed them both. Phoenix with it. Crawford to Booker. Slam dunk, DeAndre Ayton.
Everybody in the building, including myself, thought that pass was going somewhere else. Fool me once, okay, but you're definitely not fooling me twice.
Hayward. Horford. Tatum. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And the game flow in the second half is completely different than the first. That first half equals out of sight, out of mind. Way to recalibrate in the locker room and find your rhythm back on the court.
Crawford.
Things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
I got you.
To Booker. A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. Count it.
Trevor Ariza, a guy who is always staying ready, usually a defender, but did a great job of knifing through the defense for an easy lay on that possession.
Celtics have it. From the painted area, won't go down. Into the front court, it's Booker. Shot clock turned off as they try to extend the lead. No good. Defense catching a break there.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
Long heave from three-quarters court. 3 quarters down. We have a tie ball game. It'll be Suns basketball as we begin the 4th quarter. And this game's been everything we could have hoped for. All tied up after 3.
This is what happens when you have winners on both sides. People who are not willing to give up and will continue to scrape and claw to get themselves in the position to win this ballgame.
And look out.
Jason Tatum finished 3rd amongst all rookies in Rookie of the Year voting. But I say to you this, I agree with what Jaylen Brown had to say. If it was a one-on-one battle, who you taking, Jason Tatum or Donovan Mitchell? Jason Tatum or Ben Simmons? I take JT every time.
Off the assist.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Almost, and he's not getting the call.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
To Booker. Nice pass to set things up. Rocking.
It's all business.
Kyrie across the timeline. All even here in the 4th. Now the Suns come up with the steal.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
To Booker. Has a chance, and the finish. Jay, that was unguardable.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. Curling inside. Trying to cash in. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
I said this on draft night, that Jason Tatum was the most special player in the draft. Granted, I didn't know about Donovan Mitchell, but it's hard to believe that Philadelphia traded this pick away so the Celtics can have a future star.
To Irving. Inside, he scores.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Phoenix. That's their first. Leaves them with one remaining the rest of the way.
Well, you need execution in a chess match. And the best execution, I just saw the star player talk to one of the young fellas. You take those young fellas over to the side. You coach them through some of these big-time moments that happen in the fourth quarter. That's how you get your team ready for the playoffs and hopefully a chance to win a champion.
Crawford, small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Goaltending's called. Count the bucket. It's Suns ball.
Here we go. Here we go.
Crawford. Stuffs it down with authority.
You know, for a long time, I've been calling JT a young Paul Pierce because of his isolation moves, in particular in tight spaces, with fadeaways, step backs, whatever you want, he has. Now, that came from watching him a couple of years ago play at Duke Fantasy Camp in the summer. He was going against Jabari Parker for 3 days in a row. 3 days in a row, he gave Jabari the business. Now, this young kid was not even a freshman in college and was scoring any way he wanted to. And you knew that he was destined for success in the league. Danny Ainge got the steal of the draft.
Shot from the lane won't go.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
Irving. A pass stolen by Phoenix.
From a guy who's been there before, tomorrow morning you'll wake up and you would have wished this was a bad dream. But in reality, all you can do is knock the cobwebs off and let it fuel you for tomorrow.
Good look that time, but off. Cashes in for 2.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Phoenix has the ball. Crawford. And a pass stolen by Boston.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
To Marcus Smart. Horford. There it is, Al Horford. He's now 5 for 6.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. To Booker. Going to launch beyond the arc. This guy can beat anyone straight up. Devin Booker, good closeout, still knocks it down.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Here comes the intentional foul, but they'll shoot after the next foul.
Good foul right there. You want to stop the clock.
Now the intentional foul as they get it with a little under 20 seconds left to play.
This is why teammates love him. Yeah, that was an aggressive play, but you're also sending a message, setting the tone. You can't half-step on that.
Knocks down the first. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Fires the three. Hayward the rebound. And an intentional foul here in the closing moments. But it shouldn't make too much of a difference in what is now a 2-score game.
Smart play. You have fouls to use. Good way to manage the clock without burning a timeout.
First one goes down. So he hits the first, misses the second. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just got to let them play, ref.
First free throw is good.
Oh, yeah, you've been working in the crowd.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. It's a victory here for the Celtics as they get a good win on the road. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics emerged victorious after a tight finish. When you're able to get steals like they did here today, it greatly improves your chances of winning. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Boston Celtics. The Suns are probably frustrated with themselves after such a narrow loss.
Sure, it's great they shot so well from 3, but none of that really matters when your team has one more loss to show for it.
Check out the leading scores for the Phoenix Suns.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Kyrie Irving could not have been more impressive in this game. The way he scored the basketball looked like he was playing with kids in high school. Here are the top plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Take a look at the upcoming games for the Phoenix Suns. See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.